Well, hello guys. It's been a long time I haven't streamed, so I decided to stream today about how to perfect your skills and how to find those little bugs and well, squash them to the last. We have nice tools in place to help you do that. So, okay, let's jump into it. Um, you might be aware that if we take that here, if you navigate to our GitHub page, and let's say one I know is like mini games. If we take this one, we have a pipeline and we have a quality gate. Quality gate here says, okay, it's passed. Pipeline says it's passed, but as you can see, it's maybe not exactly green. You can find those little bugs and squash them by just clicking onto the quality gate, for example, which will bring you to Sonar Cloud. And Sonar Cloud tells you all about the condition of your actual code that you have pushed online. And here, as we can see, we have a maintainability of 46 minutes depth, which is grade A, but we have 6 code smells. 6 code smells are there probably are minor issues because it's still passed. But well, you know, having a code that is actually proper and bug free or smell free or security risks free is much better. As we can see here, we have 6 code smells and 2 security hotspots problems. You can always click on issues and it will show you this nice page with everything that is causing an issue to your skill. You can have an estimation here, 1 hour and 6 minutes effort to treat 8 issues that we actually have on that skill. You can see here you have 6 code smells and 2 security hotspots. So 6 code smells, which would be these ones. And for security hotspots, we have other issues. What you can check here is that you have update this function so that its implementation is not identical, blah, 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 blah. It's a major issue, and you have other ones that are minor and some that are critical and major, minor, okay. Well, the critical one is not good. 1 critical, 2 major, 3 minor issues. And they all come from Sonar source. Okay, so how to actually make this better and smell free? It's actually, you just have to read. First one says, update this function so that its implementation is not identical to on-session timeout on line 68. So let's just click on that, and it shows you the code that is actually giving problems. So it's technically, it says the implementation of on-user cancel is the same as on-session timeout. That would be on line 73 ongoing. So let's just jump into the code. Here would be minigames, and what file was it? I did not even check. Minigames.py. It's this one, and we said 73. And here we can see that, first of all, the code is not clean for JetBrains. We have something here. Okay, that's something else. Let's quickly fix that one. Okay, it's missing the session since a while. It's okay. It said 73, and we can see that on-user cancel is in fact exactly identical to on-session timeout, and that's bad. Duplicating code is bad because if you have 2, 3, 4 times the same code segment in your code in your whole program, when you're changing something, you have to make sure you change it everywhere. So it's better to have it at one place, and so you change it only once. So here, I think the best idea would be that on-session timeout actually just calls self.onUser cancel with session. So we don't end up with the same code, but they do the same. We don't need to return anything. Okay. Great. Let me quickly just fix that, because now we support also styling in the logs, so it looks maybe a bit better. It's not done everywhere, so okay, that's all. So first issue is fixed. Not yet, I need to push, but we'll see that later. Let's go to the next issue. This one. Rename this local variable m to match the regular expression. Okay, start of the string with an not mandatory underscore, followed by a small letter, one small letter, followed by small or big letters or digits, minimum 2, end of the string. So this is actually our convention for variables. So m doesn't match, so it's a problem. Where are we? We are in guessthenoumber.python on line 58. Okay, let's go check that. That would be modal, guess the number, line 58. It's here. And as you can see, I'm using ms for the problem by naming your variables like one single letter, with the exception of I, because I is by convention used for counters. But using M and S, if you get here and you start reading my code, maybe you're new to all that, and you just can't understand what MS means. Of course, if you read maybe the next line, it says, okay, gets translation for minutes and seconds with a format M and S. Okay, maybe, okay, that's minutes and seconds. But it's better to name your variables. So in JetBrains PyCharm, you just select what you want to rename, you right-click on it, and you have Refactor, Rename. And then you just have a look here, and when I type, it updates it further. Then we press Enter, and everything is refactored. And we do the same for S, which would be, in this case, rename, which would be seconds. And that's much more comprehensive for people checking your code and trying to see what you did. Okay, next issue would be rename this is done. Add a nested comment explaining why this method is empty, or complete the implementation. Okay, on message in model minigame.python on line 23. Let's check that. Line 23. Okay, def on message session bool, and it's empty, so it's basically useless. So we take it off. We don't need it anyway. The super object has it. Control click, and we have actually the on message somewhere. Yeah, we surely have it. F on message. Zero result. What? F. Control F on message. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Oh, okay. It was. That's a new update. It was a checkbox before. Okay. Yeah, sure. So the basic implementation is here. You don't need to write it empty here, because minigame is actually an offspring of Project Alex object. So you don't need it, and it's super initialized here. Great. Next issue. Check and store score. This function has 4 returns or yields, which is more than the 3 allowed. Okay, this is yeah, this is a weird condition. I'm actually I mean, 4 returns, it's not much. Here it says which is more than 3 allowed. 3 returns or yield in one function, if we check what the function is, it's actually checking and storing the score, and it returns true in case your score did beat the last one, or it returns false otherwise. So yeah, we can refactor it a little, but I might actually increase that. Minigame.p on line 61. Let's quickly check that. If last score, okay, what we can do is just actually if last score, we take off that one and we take the else here and here. We are okay with 1, 2, 3 returns, which should not be true. Well, let me quickly check. It's false. Oh no, we can't do that. Yeah, we could refactor it other way around. You know what? Let's. Okay, I'm fine with 4 returns. I mean, it's still readable and totally understandable. So, okay, deactivate that one. This function has 4 return or yields. So let's quickly go to overview. You can do that, guys. I can because I'm the admin here, so I can change our quality gates and quality profiles. So let's go to profile, to the active. As you can see, 448 rules active for checking your code. And here, well, let's try return. Should not be used outside, blah, blah, blah. No, okay. Oh, give me what's concerning the return or yield, maybe. Yeah. Return and yield should not be used outside encrypted as method. Properties should not be used inside async. What? Outside function, security, binary, access. Okay, so that's one of the big problem on SonarQube. You don't get the access to change your rules directly from where the problem is detected, and I really hate that. Very minigamed here. Issues, and this was Rena. No, not me. This function has 4 returns or yields. Should be able to find it somewhere. And returns, not yields. Outside encrypting, function is outside accessing deprecated. What is it? It's a major issue, so maybe we can somewhere security category, no. Quality tag, no. Repository, no. Vulnerability, that's for sure. Code smell, code smell, yes. And here, okay, we have only 69 rules. Accessing, apply, assigning, result, not return, assign, raise, base string, blacklisted. Maybe that one. Functions with high cognitive complexity will be difficult to maintain. No, that's not all that. Expressions as far as below format, function, compliant naming, yes, should not be empty. Function returns should not be invariant. What does that mean? Okay, yeah, don't return. Should not be too complex. It's a complexity of a method. You said it's a major, mandatory, multiple values, blah blah blah, parameter, unpacking, passing, print redefined, exit, exec, print, too few arguments, too many positional arguments, unsigned, unsigned, yield async function. I don't actually find it. I don't know where it is. Well, let's just go to the next one. I'll find it for sure. Make sure that using this pseudo random number generator is safe here. What does it want? Me random the choice. Okay. Oh yeah, it's actually not really an issue. It's a security hotspot. It wants you to be sure that it's safe to use here. So here, instead of changing my code, what I'm gonna do is to review. I'm gonna set as resolve as reviewed. I'm okay with that random choice here. Rename this local variable me to match the regular expression. Okay, that would be in rock, paper, scissors, line 40. Quickly check that one. Rock, paper, scissors on line 40. Me. What is me? See, I don't actually know what is me. Oh yeah, maybe a review is only possible for members. That could be true actually. Well, we know what we're gonna do. Review those. Oh yeah, me is what Alice actually chooses between rock, paper, scissors. So what we're gonna do is simply rename me, refactor, rename to Alice choice. And here we have something that is better. As you can see, changed it here, 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 and here. Everything is done for you. You don't need to search it. What else do we have? Make sure that using this pseudo-random, yeah, this is also resolve that reviewed. And why is that an issue actually? Using pseudo-random number generators is security sensitive. Following vulnerabilities. Oh, it even tells you what vulnerabilities were discovered with that. Well, actually they date 2006, 2008, 2013. There's predictable value in a context requiring umbrella. It may be possible. Okay, ask yourself whether, yes, recommended. Okay, no, it's not really a security issue. If someone can uh, guess what Alice is going to draw, and even though if someone has to hack mini games, Alice's mini games, to win in rock, paper, scissors, I think they should stop playing them. I think we made the 8 issues, so let's actually, no, it's in D, repositories, get somewhere here, Project Alice, skills, published, and we fixed actually minigames. Okay, few fixes for Sonar Cube, commit and push. And now this is going to take a little while because it needs to run, and it's automatically run. I'm going to show you guys that. And on GitLab, minigames, as we can see, updated just now. These are just mirrors, pool mirrors of what's on GitHub. And we use GitLab for all continuous integration with our pipelines. What you can actually see, where was that? Project alice.io. You can easily access this while being on your skill and clicking on the pipeline, which leads you to here. And you can see this is actually running MyPy validation. This checks the Python syntax. This one is not allowed to fail. Skill validation is not allowed to fail. This one checks your templates and everything, like text files and dialog templates and stuff. And this is Sonar Cube check. You can also just simply click on it if you want to see what's running on the background. Skill validation, you can also actually click on it. You can see what's been done. It's checked the skill minigame and returned as valid. And MyPy validation did actually check the Python syntax if you have Python problems. I just got an email because I'm subscribed to it, and it says, hi, an analysis is updated issue assigned to you. And as you can see, it closed four different things, issues were actually closed, or actually more, 1, 2, and 3, plus 3 here. Let's go check on minigames. Actually, it updated by itself. The page reloaded. So we're just now perfect. 0 security hotspots, 0 code smells. Passed. This one is just actually perfectly following our conventions. It follows all the security rules and all the Python weirdness and everything. We have 0 bugs, A grade, 0 vulnerabilities, A grade, maintainability is A. And what is actually maintainability is if your code is very messy, it's very hard to maintain because you have duplications, you have very, very long methods, you have really calls that go back and forth, and that's maintainability, if your code is easily maintainable or not. You have the coverage, and yeah, I'm not really understanding what it truly means, what coverage truly means. Yeah, I'm still studying that. For now, I'll let it on the side. I think coverage here says it's about adding comments to your methods, and maybe also have documentations inside your methods, and also it's about test units. You can click on measures. Okay, no, we don't care. Maintainability. Okay, cool. Reliability is cool. And duplication is if you have duplicated code. So this one is perfect. If you don't know what to do and you actually want to give a hand and help into the Project Alice janitoring, or no, taking cleaning, or whatever, you could actually just head to Sonar Cloud, go onto Project Alice, and you will see all these projects that are actually linked. You can see Hermes LED control is failing, Project Alice is failing with 29 bugs, 608 code smells, and 1.1% duplication. It's a bit bigger if we take our minigame, which was here. We had 340 lines, which is extra small in Python, and yet we had 8 problems. So of course, if you go to Project Alice, that is M, with over 13,000 lines of code, it's a bit more code smells. I'm going to actually check what's going on in there. 29 bugs. Yeah, things to do. But this is not true. Actually, yeah, I could make it, no, I can't because I'm using F strings. Maybe I can reformat that to something else to use raw string. You all know that raw string don't start with F, but they start with R, which stands for raw, and which allows you to not escape backslashes, sorry. So yeah, sure, maybe it's not really a good idea to start by running or trying to fix the core, because as you can see, we have 7-day depth to fix all this. But you can always check all these skills, and it's not because it's written past here that it's actually bug-free. You can see it's passed, but I have 1 code smells in Alice core. 1 code smell, remove unused function Alice node. Yeah, I left it because I'm not yet sure what we're going to use for scenarios. So it's let's consider it as a pre-implementation. You know what? It's not open. Resolve as one fix. Now we are at 0. And yeah, 0, 0. Yeah, the whole idea is to get 0 everywhere but here. But for now we are at 0, but because nothing is covered. Ring shopping is at 0, calculator, everything. Here, code smell, date, time, here it's passed but has 2 code smells. Quickly check that. 4 minutes, it should be okay. Code smell 2. Add inheritance from object or some other new style class. This is bullshit. This I don't understand why this pops up. It's nonsense. I mean, no, Python 3 says there is no inheritance to object. Okay, DT, yeah, okay, let's quickly check that one. Inheritance from object. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, I've checked this issue like many times, and this is a false positive. And let's quickly try to get rid of that one. Yeah, sure. IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, cool. It's a minor issue, code smell, and it says inheritance. I'll just try to find that. 448 inheritance. See, that class inherits from object can be safely removed from bases in Python 3. We have both. We have one that says you have to add, and as soon as I add it, you get the other code smell firing up and says that you can remove it. Inheritance for non-class. Use when a class inherits something which is not a class. Is that it? No. 0 issue. Exception assume class. Exception doesn't mean for standard. No. No. Catching. No. It's really, really a pain to find. Why can't they just have here a little thing that allows me to actually edit it? Permanent link, code smell minor, not assign comment. I can't understand that. No comment. Okay, let's quickly reopen that one. I actually can't do anything. Code smell, reopen. No, minor. False positive. Inheritance from minor object. I just don't understand. Object. Yeah, the remover is here. Call implementation invalid object sender copy. I think that's just a false positive. That's nothing else. So let's just drop that one. Okay, it's anyway marked as false positive. Rename this parameter DT to match on line 11. Okay. This is quickly done. Here. Line 11 DT. Yeah, that's bad again. So why do I have... Okay, yeah, it's a transmission, sure. Let's just quickly do that this way. The refactor rename, and let's call that no, I can't call it date time. D time? I don't know. Yeah. Or factor date time object. There we go. Better. So we understand what it is. Datetime object of type datetime. It's easy now. Oh, no, since we're here, this is a to-do. To-do. Add config option whether it should use AM, PM. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a to-do. minor. Let's push that one out. Code smell. And no, I'm not retriggering new versions for that because it's useless. There we go. I'm just putting Twitch on place so I can see something. Ah, I see myself. Cool. Anyway, here, if we go into GitLab, date. Again, our pipeline is actually running. A pipeline is made out of jobs. And we have many jobs. Here are key validation, MyPI validation, and SonarQube check. As you can see, allowed to fail, but not these ones. And we can always retrigger a code check or whatever without pushing. Like I wanted to retrigger something, I could just SonarQube retrigger it. So one more, then I gotta stop. I'm thirsty. Okay, 0000 code smell. This one we did. Default template 000. That's not bad. Garage door control is 1. Let's do this. Code smell. Remove the useless training white space at the end of this line. That clearly shows that someone was not using an IDEA or wasn't properly configured. So garage door, sorry for that, that's my phone. What line? Yeah. Let's see. This one is closed for date time. It's been closed. Local variable and function parameter names, blah, 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 blah. On line 16, I actually don't even need to do that because I can just do A and code and reformat and code and auto-ident and select all code, and I can also optimize imports. So it's all done, and it was on line 16, and as we can see, it's gone. Yeah, I don't have any. Sure. Let's check that one. Okay, cool. So garage door control goes. Code smell. There we go. What? You really want one more? Okay, so one more. Then I stop. Garage door. Okay, this one is fixed. 0. Here's kill IFTTT. Ooh, I'm scared about that one. Code smell. 4 returns are yield. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. Not connected. Bad request. No user error. Okay, we actually need these returns, so this is a no. Won't fix. This one was too easy. Let's do another one. Garage door is done. Local button press. I guess that's exactly the same as before. Yeah. So there we go. Local button press. I think it was here. Yeah, here. You have a trailing white space which is not needed, and you have unused imports. Also, intent is not used. So let's go code, reformat code, auto-ident code, reformat. I already did it, I think, and optimize imports, and now it's totally cleaned, and there is nothing, and it's actually following our rules. There, local button press. Issues fixed, code smell. there. So actually go here and let's do quickly F5 just to see. Yes, this one we didn't check. And but the ones we tried, which was date time went on to failed, guys. This is bad. If we take IFTTT, it's okay. Internal mini games is now okay. MPD client is really bad. 24, one bug. Ooh, this one is bad. This one's needs actually to be removed. QDD breach. What was it? We made garage door, I think. Garage door is now 0. But why is date time failed now? What did I do? 3 code smells. Really? Bullshit. Oh, I know. I know. I know why. Maintain reading on new code is B is worse than A. Yeah, that's true. B is worse than A. How are you to say that? Anyway, let's go here. And this time I know where it is. It's on convention. Class names should be, field names, function names should comply. I think it's this one. No, this one is a minor, so it's not this one. Method names should comply with the naming convention, exactly. I'm going to change this one. Let's put it this way. I think, yeah, and let's do init, which is actually allowed. Starts with basically it's because wait, we can make that better. Let's say it's allowed to have 1 or 2 at the beginning, and it should end with facultatively 2 of them. I know it's 0 or 2, but it's from 0 to 2, and here if it ends it should be 2. Quickly check that one. Save it. Regex. So I'm allowed to say it's init. No, I'm not. Why? Okay. My method doesn't match either. Doesn't need to be captured actually. No, it doesn't need to be captured. Let's quickly try that one this way. Why? Because I have that one. See guys, my method. Alright, that was a typo. 0, 2. I said close. So my method is still okay, and here we can have that one with a minimum of 2 if we want to end. And no, it's 0 or 2. Can we do that? And not 1? Oh no. Well, let's do it this way. And facultative. Okay. Here. My method still works. My method doesn't work. Init does work. Init would also work. Well, let's lay it this way. I think init also works for private methods. So this is much better, and let's change that one to this. Save. So this will fix the init rename method March blah, 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 12. Why? Oh yeah, because there is no numbers allowed in methods. Okay. Date. No, sorry. I'm gonna go here. This one was made. This is okay. This is okay. Guess the number. Okay. Close the ductile. Where was that? Was hours 12 or something like that? Here. Refactor, rename. How do we call the time naming in English? I mean, yeah, no, forget about that. Or shall we allow numbers and methods? I don't like it. Hours. Well, hour 12. Hours 12. How about that? Stringify full hours. And hours 12, okay. Just checking what it wants to refactor, you know. String is okay, it wants to refactor all that. This one also. And this one also can do refactor, and everything has been changed. There we go. And what do we have more? If we have more. Match string to match the regular expression. Okay, that's exactly the same as before. And we're gonna change the rule for that. Convention. There we go. Return to list. And it's actually already fixed. Methods. Yeah, we fixed methods. So there we go. Code smell. If we double click that, you can see what it actually changed with the refactoring. It actually changed them. It changed quite many occurrences of hours 12. So imagine doing that by hand, or actually, yeah, you could control R and replace, but refactor is better because it even goes and checks in other files in the project. So use refactor and not control R. Code smell. Come in and push. There we go. Quits. Okay, this one is jobs and it's actually pipelines just triggered. Let's quickly check if it worked, and that will be it for today. Oh, these two steps, I didn't mention them. This is actually tagging the repository. Whenever you increase the version number in your file, let's take that one. If you were to increase that to 25 by 26, or actually go to version 2.0 or whatever you're doing here, we automatically create a new tag on the repository. So if we go here, project alice.io, and take time. There are those releases. They are automatically created whenever you change the version number. This is what it does. And trigger store build actually triggers our JSON file on the store, so it's faster and doesn't use GitHub API to access what's available with your assistant, I mean the skill store. And this one is actually running. Load active rules. Actually, I already got the email saying that it's okay. Method name should comply with the naming convention, blah, blah, blah. Job succeeded this time, so we should be okay. If we go to issues, no issues, hooray! Overview, no, sorry, Project Alice. Go here, Corona date is now down to 0 and has passed. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction on how to check your code. Yeah, exactly, perfect time for spring cleaning. Anyway, you guys all stay inside on Easter. It's Easter weekend, but just don't go outside. Just try to stop that damn virus. Stay inside. Do clean the skills, do clean whatever you want. Clean your house, or take nice time with your wife or your kids or whatever your animals are, but just stay inside. Please stop that virus. Just please. I mean, we need to reopen businesses, but as long as this is carrying on, we won't. So, yeah, sure. Clean skills. It's a good idea. Thanks, Philip. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction into the whole code smell stuff and how to have perfectly clean code and skills. And yeah, take the habit of doing it, and also take the habit to subscribe to your own skills, so you get those email alerts. Subscribe on SonarQube so you get alerted if your code smells or if you have bugs. Also, do subscribe to your skills on GitLab. They appear as soon as I add your skill, but you can actually subscribe. Let me quickly check local button press. I think you can subscribe. Yeah, you can store it here, and if you store it, you get alerted if something goes wrong. If your latest pull request failed and stuff, you get alerted. So it's a really good idea to subscribe to your skills, both on SonarQube and GitLab, and on GitHub. Yeah, 3 subscriptions for 1 skill. But anyway, you don't get bombarded by emails. You just get emailed if something goes wrong. And that's what you want. You want to know that what you proposed as code change failed, and so you can fix it. Anyway, you guys have a nice time. You enjoy your Easter weekend, a special one, but take care. And as usual, well, yeah, code safe, and bye. See ya, guys.